without as much widespread publicity or public attention as the ban, the State Duma quietly passed some truly toxic amendments that unequivocally prohibit any foreign films if they are deemed to contradict orthodox values. I'm not joking. Just look up the amendments to the law on state support of cinematography in the Russian Federation. And here, the regime has decided, as they say, to deny itself nothing. And all those Harry Potters will be taken down even without a formal court decision. Not to mention the newest and yet to be released cinematic masterpieces. According to these amendments, they will block websites, platforms, social networks, not to mention all sorts of online cinemas and personal pages. And knowing that the regime's appetite only grows as it eats, there will be a great many incidents and crackdowns on online cinemas, platforms, and websites. And of course, it will be the Ministry of Culture's commission and naturally the Russian Orthodox Church who will determine whether films lack spirituality or Orthodox values. But aside from the Russian Orthodox Church, there is also a pack of predatory leeches who are gathering, converging on the point from which the directives will come, and who will gladly take part in the vilification as well. Just the other day, I think I told you about Sobchak's husband, director Bogomolov, who went ahead and explained to a large audience just how profitable, lucrative, and prestigious it is to be a scoundrel, a lowlife in Russia. And here you have it. This is exactly what happened. It worked immediately. He was immediately awarded the title of Honored Artist of the Russian Federation. The decree, of course, was signed by Putin. So Bogomolov caught that sausage tossed from the Kremlin right on the fly. It had smelled of the master's hands. And having snatched up the treat, the director once again demonstrated all the advantages of civility and set an example for all those theater people, students, and various grumblers who, for some reason, still whine into their pillows at night about how one should really live. Nothing special was required from Constantine, as I already mentioned. He merely publicly described the joys and creative orgasms he personally experienced from the special military operation and the slaughter of Ukrainians. It must be said that Putin didn't disappoint either. Well done. Putin acted quickly and apparently chose his favorite kind of sausage correctly. And in general, we need to understand that reality is already irreversible. And today, for every inhabitant of the Russian Federation, and I don't mean the people, not the population, not those who can't leave, or those who are mortally afraid. When I say the people, I mostly mean its public component. So every single one, every member of the public, every inhabitant has to kiss the hand of fascism every day, as well as listen to it, read it, smell it, and touch it. The population, as we can see, has easily, astonishingly easily, learned to breathe fascism. And where else can the population go? Because now, once again, fascism is the only environment to live in. There is no other. And this fact, of course, creates a certain awkwardness. The circumstance that this isn't some kind of Hitlerite fascism, but our own, all covered in little birch splinters, well, you see, that really doesn't make any difference. Fascism, whether in an SS uniform or a kokoshnik, remains just as vile. Russians have realized what they've gotten themselves into. But also, as they say, they're a bit embarrassed because this leap, this pirouette from being the victors over fascism to becoming its heirs and bearers, well, it unsettles them a little. And so In order not to look like complete nobodies while serving fascism, Russians fiercely promote the idea of loving Russia, loving her no matter what, even if she has become utterly fascist, because after all, she is the motherland. That's a dubious indulgence. After all, Russia is not just a bowl of Olivier salad. In the very word Russia itself, as we have all learned over the past 4 years, there is encoded so much boundless vileness that loving it means loving torture, genocide, the gulags, execution pits filled with corpses, the abuse of impoverished elderly pediatricians, lies, lawlessness, the lack of human rights, parasitism, and misery. And without all of this, there is no Russia. Without all of it, it simply does not exist. All the components I have listed cannot be subtracted from either its distant or recent history, nor from its present. These are terrible words, but a person who says, I love Russia, is in essence confessing a love for something deadly to people and pathological, because the components from which both its history and its present are made are, generally speaking, absolutely terrible. All countries have a bloody history, but no other country shouts about being able to repeat it. But Russia, as we have seen, not only screams about it, but actually repeats it.